Somewhere in South Africa, there is a company most people have never heard of. The hiding company that quietly controls part of the global internet. This company don't build up, they invest in the future. From China, India, Europe, and many other countries. This company had their fingerprint inside one of the world's biggest tech companies.
Some ideas to meet good, interesting people, go to places where the future is being manufactured. You know, like Korea is leading the world on online games and cell phone technology. In Europe, Berlin is starting to become the gravitational point for the internet, which is very surprising.
In 1915, deep in the heart of South Africa, a small publishing house was born. It printed words on paper for a nation still finding its voice. No one could have imagined that this same company would one day become one of the most powerful tech investors in the world. A company that will help build the future of the internet from Africa to China and beyond. This is the story of naspers and how a humble newspaper business turned it into a 100 billion global empire. Our story began in Cape Town, South Africa, at a time when the world was changing fast. In 1915, a group of Afrikaner businessmen founded the National Past. Their goal was simple: to tell their people's story in their own language, Afrikaans. Through newspaper and magazine, naspers became a trusted voice, shaping public opinion, culture, and even politics. For decades, ink and paper were its lifeblood, but as South Africa evolved, so did the company, and what began as a publishing house was quietly preparing for something much bigger. By the 1980s, television was taking over and naspers saw it coming. They took a bold step, launching Mnet, one of Africa's very first paid TV channel. At a time when many people still doubt TV features, naspers was already thinking globally. Mnet became widely popular and later expanded into MultiChoice, the home of DSTV, Africa's biggest satellite television platform. This wasn't just entertainment, it was a new frontier of media power. And it taught naspers a valuable lesson: the future belongs to those who adapt first. As the world entered the digital age, naspers faced a choice: stay comfortable with what they knew best, naspers and TV, or take a risk and chase the unknown world of the internet. Most traditional media companies hesitate, but naspers did something different. They embraced change. In the mid-1990s, they began exploring the online world, launching local news portal and digital classified. It was a bold move for a company born in print, but soon that courage would pay off in a way no one could predict. In 2001, naspers made a decision that would change its destiny forever. They invested $32 million in a small Chinese startup called Tencent Holding, a company experimenting with chat software called QQ. At the time, China tech scene was still young. Many Western investors didn't believe in it, but naspers saw something different, potential. Tencent went on to create WeChat, a super app used by over 1 billion people, and that $32 million investment, it grew into a stake with tens of billions of dollars. It became one of the greatest investment stories in business history. Overnight, naspers transformed from a media company into a global tech powerhouse. With newfound wealth from Tencent, naspers didn't stop. They reinvested, expanded across continents. They bought stake in OLX, the online classified platform now used in dozens of countries. They built PayU, a fintech company handling billions in digital payment. They invested in Delivery Hero in Europe, Baidu in India, Odima in the US, and many others. Their strategy was simple: find new future tech winners early and back them with belief. By the late 2010, naspers had quietly become one of the largest tech investors in the world.
It pervaded the company. So even today, MultiChoice, although it now employs thousands of people, has a certain informality. As you grow more established, though, a certain structure invades the company. You also start drawing different people. You start, when we started, we attracted the cowboys, people who are very prone to taking risk. But as you grow, you get people who want to play it safe, who go for an established company with an established job. And your task as a CEO is to fight that, to try to keep a certain informality, a pioneer spirit, even though you're growing. And that's what we've tried to do.
By 2019, Nasper's tencent stake was so valuable it was worth more than the entire company itself. To unlock that value, Naspers created Prosus, a new company listed in Amsterdam to manage its global internet asset. Prosus instantly became one of Europe's most valuable tech firms, owning piece of company that touched the life of billions worldwide. From Africa to Asia to Latin America, Naspers' reach was now truly global. What began as a small printing press became a mirror of the modern world. Nasper's story is one of vision, courage, and timing. They dared to reinvest themselves not once but many times, from ink to internet, from newsroom to network, and from local to global. Their journey teaches us something powerful, that success doesn't come from staying comfortable, but from seeing change before everyone else and acting on it. Today, Naspers remind us that sometimes the biggest empires start with the smallest stories. From the dust printing room of 1915 Cape Town to the skyscraper of Amsterdam. This is the story of Naspers, the South Africa company that bet on the future and won.